In the quiet California nights of the mid-70s, when the streets still carried the sound of radios from open windows, and families believed they were safe behind locked doors, something unseen began to move in the suburbs. A shadow that slipped between houses. A man who watched from the dark before he struck people did not know it yet. But a name would one day echo across the state. The Golden State Killer. He was not known by that name then. Back in those early years, he was called the East Area Rapist, a title whispered on late-night news and in hushed conversations between frightened neighbors. He began around Sacramento's small neighborhoods, where lawns were trimmed and people waved at one another. Soon, the safety they believed in would vanish. One break-in after another. Police reports stacking up. Women alone in their homes, awoken by a flashlight in their eyes. A man with a mask and a whisper demanding obedience. Nobody could see his face, but they remembered his voice. Low, controlled, cold. He would tie his victims. He would move with precision, as though he had rehearsed every step. The police worked endlessly, and the people waited for the arrest that never came. In those years, America was changing. The war had ended. The economy was uncertain. Families were trying to rebuild their quiet lives. The Golden State Killer moved through that calm like a ghost, one who studied his victims weeks before the attack. He knew their routines, their pets, their back doors. Sometimes he even called their phones days later, just to breathe or whisper that he would return. Fear became a neighbor. People bought new locks, alarms, and dog streets emptied earlier. The trust of community dissolved into suspicion. Every creak at night felt like a warning. Then suddenly, after years of torment, he disappeared as if the earth had swallowed him. Police believed maybe he had been arrested for something else, or had died, or simply moved on. The headlines faded. People tried to forget, but the victims never did. The memory of that masked man stayed carved in their minds, and for many years California lived with an open wound, a mystery that refused to close. Decades passed, technology evolved, detectives retired. New ones took over the old files covered in dust labeled unsolved rape, unsolved murder, each with faces and names behind them. Then in the early 2000s, a new term entered the world, DNA profiling, and with it came hope that the ghost of the past could be caught. But the killer still had no name. His crimes spanned cities and counties, making it harder to connect them. He was known by many names: the East Area Rapist, the original Night Stalker, and later, when investigators realized all these cases belonged to one man, he became the Golden State Killer.